How far can I go, mate?
Super size me.
My routine in the morning and night: 5 eggs, 2 scoops of Milo.
That's too much egg. Way too much egg.
Have that.
How shitty are you feeling?
Yeah, you comfy?
Pretty comfy.
Beautiful.
Sit in between the cushions.
Yeah. Let's get it going. I looked up at the board. You know what I want to talk about?
Far away.
Social media trends. And I'm talking...
Like when we did them?
I'm talking cinnamon
Beautiful.
challenge, milk challenge.
Oh, mate.
What was that one where the bass would drop and everyone would just dance?
Harlem Shake.
Oh, you remembers.
How
I
could
never
I-
said Gangnam Style for some reason.
How can I not remember Harlem Shake, Luke?
Harlem Shake was just a vibe.
I got fucking dogged. So fucking hard by you, cunt. So incredibly hard.
What are you talking about?
Mate, I was like, dude, I want to do the Harlem Shake so bad. And you're like, oh man, it's kind of cringe and all that. Yeah, all the lads were out at yours one night. For whatever reason, I don't know why, I just didn't go. I think it was because bloody old mate smelled bad. He loves throwing up Doritos. He was there, and I was like, I can't stand that guy. Whatever. And who cares? He's not watching it.
Yeah.
And anyways, fucking wake up the next day, or like get to school or whatever. You're like, oh man, look what we did on the weekend. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? you knew I wanted to do that.
I would have invited you, so that's on you for not coming because there was another member
it is
you
on
didn't
me,
want
but I
to
don't think
see.
you want to fucking do it.
Yeah.
You can't say something's cringe and then do it. Like, what the hell?
Well, that's... Yeah.
I was not happy.
I think it's one of those things, especially when you're like in your late teens, where it's like, oh, that's so cringy. I'd never do that. And then one of the guys in the group go, oh, no, it's pretty cool. And you're, oh, well, I guess, yeah, it's kind of cool.
It is kind of sick, isn't it?
Yeah,
because it was like the thing.
Yeah.
The mannequin one was pretty cool, the mannequin challenge.
The mannequin challenge.
Like that girl, she's a real cloud. And everyone's like, pause and like,
oh, yeah. Remember planking?
oh, that was, sorry, that just like unlocked and ghosting.
Oh, Hamish
It wasn't like super like, but like I did it quite a bit when I went to the footy.
Hamish and Andy 100% were the creators of that, weren't they?
I think so. Well, I don't think planking was like
not planking.
Oh,
ghosting.
yeah, ghost. As far as I'm aware,
Yeah.
like planking was like such an original like idea.
Yeah.
It was like, just ridiculous, like in between like toilet cubicles, like all the way at the top and shit.
No, that was a good one. But I think cinnamon challenge and milk challenge were my all-time favorite. I will happily tell this story on repeat about your milk challenge. On repeat.
Which one?
It was the one where
I did a few, man.
It was the one where you basically had.
Sorry,
did you get it?
Yeah, no, I did. My bloody bandages just coming apart.
Sorry.
Some elastic.
Yeah, no, you're right, mate. It was everyone had done the milk challenge, and you were still, I think, more left behind. You hadn't done it yet, so you really wanted to do it.
Yeah, I did it fucking like way too many times.
Yeah, and the one I remember specifically was we went to this shopping centre. Yes. You got KFC, and you were willing to do it. With
chocolate milk.
You were willing to do it
really
all by yourself.
Really up to the game.
Do you remember what meal you ordered from KFC?
Back then, because I don't think I was super adventurous. It would have been like just some nuggets and some popcorn chicken, man.
Now you're super adventurous.
Oh,
what's
your
order?
Sing a box.
Look at you. Look at you changing the game.
But in saying that, I must admit, KFC makes me feel bloody putrid. Like
depends what one you go to.
Yeah, very true. I don't know. I just can't really. I don't seem to stomach it too well anymore.
Yeah, I'm actually been the same lately. It's definitely not as good as it used to be.
Like if I had to pick Macca's KFC, I'd probably more Macca, which I would say KFC is the better meal in general. But Macca's doesn't make me wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning being like, oh, I feel terrible.
Yeah, that's true. Well, so back then you got the KFC meal. And then straight after the KFC meal, you were like, all right, now I'm doing the milk challenge. And I watch you buy Big M chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I felt like I did a pretty decent job for the money. Like, I really smashed it down at first. Everyone was like, fuck, he's going to do it. Yeah. He's going to fucking do it. And didn't do it.
Yeah. And then...
Didn't do it.
You threw it up.
Oh,
so
violently.
It was such a violent chuck up. with people walking past, like just normal pedestrians.
Just normal people enjoying their day.
Just watching this guy chuck up brown chicken. Oh, that was...
Over my shoes too. Because I remember, because then I came to school the next day and I was wearing, back then, I don't know if people watching this will even recall like the phase where it was like those white and black slip-on shoes with no laces, and if you wore them with white socks, it genuinely looked like you were just walking around in socks. They were like the cool things. Anyways, I got them.
Yep.
Wore them to school, and the coordinator came and he's like, why aren't you wearing the shoes? I'm like, I said, do you know the milk challenge? He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I did it. And threw up my school shoes. He's like, all right, come with me. And I was like, I was getting into trouble saying the right thing. And then by punishment, it's like, mate, if you don't have your school shoes tomorrow, I'm going to send you home. Mate, I'm in year 11. I don't want to fucking be here. Send me home, please.
Drive me.
Please.
Faster I get there.
Don't punish me, daddy. Like, gee, like, seriously. But yeah, no, I did the milk challenge a few times. I did it with you when we did the diet one. We oiled it and like spat around and threw up. I think we did it again at yours out in the valley. Yep. And we had dry wheat bix to help us not throw up. Dry wheat bix, by the way, the dry wheat bix challenge, that was a cuck.
Yeah.
That is so incredibly hard to just swallow and just breathe.
Yeah.
Because it just takes away, absorbs like all the moisture.
Yeah, trying to eat as many wheat bix as you can. That one wasn't as fun of a challenge.
Not really. That one was more life or death.
Yeah.
The cinnamon one wasn't, like, it sucked, but I don't think the cinnamon one was, like, as bad as probably what it made it out to be.
I remember when I first did the cinnamon challenge with mate, it was just me and him. And now I look back, there was no... You know what I find weird? Now, if you're doing those challenges, you need a camera out. You need something.
110%.
Because you're uploading. Back then, it wasn't to socials. It was just doing it.
To do it.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
You're like, can I do it? Oh, yeah. I don't know. I've never tried.
So, I did it with him one night. And when we did the cinnamon challenge, whatever cinnamon we got was the type of cinnamon that tasted really nice. So when we did this massive...
I'll do it again.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know. It feels like I've just got nice tasting sugar in my mouth. I'm like, what is everyone complaining about? But when we got the right cinnamon, when we were with everyone,
fail.
Yeah, that was
actually vile.
Yeah, that was shocking.
What else was there? I've done like. Have you ever done like just a raw egg?
Yeah, I did that one. Yeah, you don't like raw eggs.
Me?
Yeah,
dude, I nail it every time.
No, but you don't like them.
I don't overly like doing it, but I can do it.
Yeah,
like, I don't like gaggle. I'm like, I'm just like, oh, cool, it's down the hatch.
Do you remember when this was so embarrassing? When I was trying to like gain some weight, like I was trying to gain weight fast. I don't like
bit of mass gainer.
I don't like eggs.
In general,
just like
if I, for example, after this, cook up some omelettes or like, I'm not just saying it hypothetically.
You cook me an omelette
or scrambled eggs. Are you going to be like, man, probably not?
Okay. If I went to
in what context?
If I went to a restaurant and someone put poached eggs on, like, because I'll always get the big brekkie, always.
Yeah, you have to.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'll get poached eggs, and then I'll eat them.
Eggs Benny.
Oh, you love the eggs Benny.
Unreal.
An eggs Benny will change your mood for the day.
Oh mate, it's just you are set for life after an eggs. Unless a hollandaise sauce is shit.
Yeah,
which has happened, and you're like, what is that?
It's just eggs with bad sauce.
Yeah, you're like, what? Hang on a sec.
I'm talking to someone about this.
Where have you learned the sauce craft? Because you've fucking failed and flunked, my friend.
So if I do them myself, I know I usually stuff them up. I won't be able to cook them as well.
That's fair. I can understand.
And if I'm just not a fan. It's definitely not my go-to. And throughout the day, I don't feel as great with eggs in me.
I can understand that.
And then one time, someone at training, they said, just put it in shake, put raw egg in your shake. And I was like, yeah.
For added protein.
Yeah. So I put one in, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, I can't even taste it.
I know where you're going with this.
I can't even taste it.
It's 10 eggs later in the show. I feel kind of bloated. Mate, I don't feel good.
I saw in my protein shake, I go, I'm going to put another one in. And I put it in.
You just gradually adds an egg per like month. To the point, this guy's smashing a 12-pack of eggs in one day. So somebody stop him.
And eggs are cheap too.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap.
They're pretty cheap. And I was like, all right, perfect. 2 eggs. And then I go, you know what? How many can I get? And if I wanted to save money, I've got a tin of Milo, right? So I had a tin of Milo in the...
Chalky egg protein. Yum, yum.
So I go to the pantry. I just get 2 full scoops of Milo, milk, 3 eggs.
Hang on a sec. 2 full scoops.
Yeah, big scoops.
The Aussie having just 2 big scoops. I feel like that's so un-Aussie. Surely it's half the tin.
Yeah, that is true. Well, yeah.
Especially now as an adult, because, man, I remember that when I was a child.
Just nothing but Milo.
Mum's like, you can have 3 scoops. I'm like, Mum.
Your mum's monitoring
monitoring the Milo scoops as if it's like little baggies. I'm like, Mum, please. You don't know how to do me scoops. Yeah. And she's like, but I can't use the big spoon. I've got to use the tiny spoon. And I'm just like
a teaspoon.
Yeah, and it's just like 3 like
you're
measly.
Milo like a peasant.
Meanwhile, Mum's at work, whatever. I fucking got the big one. I'm like,
got the wooden spoon.
It's legitimately like this, because I'll look at it on the camera.
Yeah.
It'd be like this much Milo.
Yeah.
This dash of milk.
And the best way to have it, best way was you'd get the spoon, kind of dip it into the milk a little bit so the milk comes over the top of the Milo, and then eat it. Yeah. That was the best way to do it.
And then you have those, I don't know, like every now and then I'd kind of be like, I would say a freak, and just mix it, like just whip it. You know? You ever do that? Probably not. Or even like when people like the worst Milo. Sorry, while we're just on the topic of Milo real quick.
Before we get back to my eggs.
Yeah, how bad was it on a school camp and they're like, oh, you want a hot chocolate? And you're like, yeah, I want a hot chocolate. It's like a dash of Milo with like 90% boiling water.
Yeah.
And a dab of milk. And you're like, that's it. We are done. For those who are listening on Spotify, SoundCloud, Podbean.
Get it right.
Dude, I can't remember.
We're on like 7.
Yeah, dude, there's so many. I don't know how many audio ones are.
I half committed to a dab.
Yeah, so he dabbed.
No, I half committed.
In 2022. Corona's come and gone. Yeah. And he does that shit.
Oh, it's not gone.
It's like Backstreet Boys, they never left. Oh. It never left.
They have some good songs.
They have some great songs. But eggs.
Oh, the eggs.
Yeah, sorry.
That's right.
Tangenting.
So I was with these eggs. I had
buckets.
I had Milo, the eggs, and I put it in a blender, the good old Ninja blender.
Oh, the Ninja blender.
And I start drinking, and I don't taste anything. Like, it's just like Milo. And I'm like, how far can I go? Mate.
Super slice me.
My routine in the morning and night, 5 eggs, 2 scoops of Milo.
That's too much egg. Way too much egg.
Have that.
How shitty are you feeling? It's midnight. I have the worst.
So then I'd have it at night too, right? So I'd have those eggs. So that's 10 eggs a day, 10 raw eggs. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm going to stack on this weight. This is great. And then after a week, so what's that? 70 eggs.
That is so fucked.
I caught up with a mate and I said to him, he's like, how? And he said,
mate, I'm like, thank you. Fuck, I feel shit. I feel really shit.
So I said to him, I'm like, mate, the weight's going, I was like, I'm gaining the weight. And I was like, I don't actually like how I look in the mirror at the moment, but I'm sure that's part of the process.
Half chicken, half man.
I was like, mate, like, I told him.
I don't know what's wrong. Still a chicken here.
I said to him, I was like, mate, I told him how much eggs I was having, and he looked at me like you did, and he goes,
"If general concern, yeah,
how many eggs?" And I go, 5 in the morning, 5 at night. And he goes, you'll get salmonella. And I was like, nah, you dickhead, that's chicken. He's like, no, you'll get salmonella. He's like, that's so unhealthy. Who told you that? And I was like, oh no, I meant to have 2, and I just thought how quick it'd be if I started having 10. Mate, stop that real quick. I got fat on my sides. Like, first time I ever got little muffin type in a week. I bet far out, yeah.
He was like, fuck. So much better ways to gain weight than doing that.
Mate, it was not even protein either. It was just straight Milo and raw eggs.
I've heard some people like to put on weight. It's almost like buy 1 litre tub like connoisseur ice cream and have that like before you go to bed because then it just stays on.
Well, it's all about calories in, calories out, isn't it? But it's
like really breakdowning it, but fuck that.
I would more
just eat what you enjoy.
But I would feel terrible if I did have that whole tub of connoisseur.
Oh, dude, same.
You know, I know people are like, oh, it's the calories in, calories out, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, if I had a whole thing of ice cream, I would feel average as.
Yeah, you don't feel good.
Nah, you definitely don't.
You don't feel good. And then you have like those other people who like almost force feed themselves to put on weight. It's like,
yeah.
fuck. Like, I don't know. I remember that one time you had your meal plan thing and I was just like, bro, I feel like you're like overeating. And like to the point though where like, I could be wrong. I have no idea. Only you would know. But to the point where it's just like you get to like your next, and you're almost like, "Fuck, I'm not even like keen to eat." Like I actually don't like. I personally, 9 times out of 10, always looking forward to like that next meal. But I feel like if I was doing you, I'd almost be like, "Fuck, I actually don't want this."
It all depends.
Like, some days I'm sure you do, but
if I've cooked I've learnt now how to cook chicken correctly. Like TikTok's perfect for food. Because the best way I would do it, how would I do it? I would completely put all herbs and spices on the chicken, put it on the pan for 5 minutes on one side, and then just a minute on the other, and then straight in the oven. So the outside's completely crispy.
Yeah, okay.
And then the inside is like really juicy.
Yeah, moist and stuff, yeah.
Beautiful. And then when I put that in my meal prep containers, when I'd reheat it, the meat was really juicy. But before that, when I was just cooking it, I would reheat it, and it was just
really average.
Oh, so average.
Then it puts you off for complete time.
And then I'm sitting there and I'm like, I've made like 7
this
of
for
these.
the week.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not going to want to eat this. So there's definitely
pros and cons.
And I always thought about that with celebrities. I was like, they do stack on the weight quite. They would have experts in their field.
Oh, big time.
Like that guy who's going to play in Guardians of the Galaxy, Adam Warlock.
Yes.
Jacked.
Yeah, he has. So but he said himself, he was like, the way to get that body shape and all that, though, he's like, it is so, I wouldn't recommend.
Same with Zac Efron.
And it's like, fuck, that's crazy.
But I've always felt that they would have the best tasting meals. Because they would have proper chefs cooking meals
all the time.
So even though it is like broccoli, chicken, and rice, it would be...
It's like the flavour of the chicken, like what it's like.
How it was cooked.
Yeah, like the the marinade or whatever.
I would love to be at a level of wealth where I could just pay for meals to come in, like find one, because there's different,
so like light and easy or whatever it is.
Oh,
like
no,
to your door,
well, your Muscle Chef, your things like that. Yeah, I've tried them, and I'm not too.
Some of the Muscle Chef isn't too bad, but I feel like it's very hit and miss. And unfortunately, if you do like one or two, then it's only those two. So then you become quite sick of it quite quickly because they're the only two that you do like.
Yeah, and they get expensive too.
Oh shit, yeah, especially, like $9, $10.
Yeah, especially if you're doing 5 a day, which is kind of what.
And then like I know people are like, no, they're cheap if you buy them reduced, but it's like, man, you buy them reduced.
No, I've done that. Yeah,
it's like that's like realistically, that's maybe like a day, 2 days, like actual shelf life.
Yep.
Granted, could probably freeze them, but the fact that they were already defrosted when you bought them. You don't really want to freeze, defrost. Like, it's not,
I've seen some out there that are more independent. Like, I saw one on Bondi Beach with a couple of Instagram influencers, and they had really nice looking meals. Like, the chicken and beans looked amazing. They had, like, protein pancakes that looked insane. I'd love to be in a position where food was never, ever something I have to worry about.
Like it's there, it's planned,
and it comes
in. You're not stressing. You're just like, I know exactly what's for lunch, dinner,
love it. Yeah.
breakfast.
How good would that be?
Oh, it'd be amazing, man.
How much food takes up in your life, just not having to cook.
Especially I think, especially if you like, it's always the prep time.
Yeah.
Like it's like that time that you take.
Yeah.
To make something good that you know it's like, realistically, I'm going to smash this down 10, 15 minutes. And it's like, ugh.
Yeah,
it took so long to make for such little, like...
I think now, I've really noticed, so right now in the new place, the kitchen's getting set up. So got an induction stove, but that isn't connected yet. We need a new fridge. Once that's all set up, I can start cooking again. But because I've had to wait, I've been buying I've been buying fast food. Well, not fast food. I've been making sure not to buy Macca's, KFC. So there's a noodle place I go to. Today I got pad thai.
Yeah,
there.
nice, very nice.
The other day I got wonton soup. And then I think the only fast food place I'll go is Guzman.
Yeah, you do love.
You get a Cali burrito. So every time, just for lunch, it's towards $14 to $18.
I was going to say that I feel like that would be the biggest issue because
just for lunch.
You've gone from because you've actually been very good. I must admit, probably out of all my mates that I know, very strict on the sense like I'll cook me meals for the week.
Yeah.
Have this that initial shop spend is quite big, but I know that for them for the rest of the week, I'm not spending any more money on food.
Yep.
Sort of thing. I wish I was a bit more like that myself. But yeah, I was gonna say that must be adding up pretty quick because you haven't been cooking. No, you are very smart with your money, but I feel like all of a sudden you're just like, oh fuck, like this week, like I've spent.
Yeah.
We're really able to spend all that money on my Sunday, whatever day you go shopping. I would have spent it then, and then I'm set for the week. Whereas like I'm constantly buying for every day.
Yeah, definitely. And with it, there was.
Are you sort of getting over that? Like. Granted, I know that you are mixing it up, but are you also sort of to the point where you're sort of like, I don't know, I'd much rather have just cooked. Like, are you sort of getting, you sort of getting
money-wise, definitely, because you got to think about it. I love getting a coffee in the morning. Coffee now, if I don't go to my regular place, it's $4.80, and if I don't go there, it's $5.20. Everywhere else is $5.20.
Bloody hell!
So it's adding up, and by the time I get a coffee and just lunch, I've spent $22. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, with the price of petrol too, if you have to fill up on a day that you have to fill up,
mate.
Then obviously, just like you said as well, getting dinner, you could get the cheap. I opt out for like a cheap $14, but that's still like the daily spend, and that's just that day.
If I could put the way my meals work, after a long time, I realised that if I freeze them, they don't taste too good, and I don't want to eat them. So I realised it was a complete waste if I made a whole batch and freeze them. So what I'll do is I'll make food for 4 days. And in that 4 days, there'll be 3 meals each. So the 3 meals would consist of your basic chicken, rice, and broccoli.
Yep.
The other one would be kind of like a stir fry, like cut up steak with rice, a little bit of soy sauce, and things like red onion, carrot, corn, really mixed up. And that
beautiful.
Nice. And then the other one, which I absolutely love, would be salmon, rice, and pasta.
Oh, okay.
So all that together, 3 big meals, like they were good size.
Yeah, so nice fill you up.
Yeah.
Like get you through your day.
Would cost me like maybe 100, around maybe 1 to 110. So if you split that up, each day, those 3 meals were about $20 to $25. So for 3 solid meals.
Yep.
So you're saving a lot more money, being a lot fuller, and you're eating a lot healthier.
Oh, most definitely. Well, it's even like today, like at work, my mate opted out for, he's like, oh man, I'm trying to eat healthy, so he just got some baby carrots and like some avocado dip, and I was like, dude, even like that, because for me, it's so easy to be like, oh, chocolate bar's $1. Packet of chips and water. And I was like, mate, that is such a great idea for a snack. Instead of like, I'm going to opt out now for just some baby carrots, maybe some hummus. Maybe some baby carrots. Like, just like change it up that way.
You know what the problem with that though is? Because baby carrots and hummus is great. It doesn't fill me up at all.
I did sort of know, I'm not going to lie.
So I'll buy that, eat it all, be hungry, and buy something else.
I did sort of notice that, and I was like, I still need like whether it's like a red meat or like fish, like that bit of like to really just No,
I fully agree. But it would be so good not to. If you're because this is what a lot of people do who are really wealthy. They have a cleaner. They have their meals completely done for them by a cook, or as I said, they buy the meals. Those people, they do that not because they're lazy in any sense. They do that because that means they can spend more time.
Yeah, doing what they love, like producing more
or making
content,
more money.
hanging out with family, working more to fulfill.
So many times it's not a laziness thing. So many times it's like, I know this takes up 2 hours a day. That's 2 hours a day I could spend on my job, or an hour with my family, an hour on my job, or 2 hours on my hobby.
Yeah, business ventures, meeting, etc., etc. Like I genuinely cannot afford to lose. Which it does sound a bit, I suppose for us, maybe, not even for us, but it can come across as quite naive. I suppose. But you have to also then, it's like, if I was in their shoes, I'd switch it that way.
I'll ask you this. This will be the last question before we go. I saw this on a podcast I absolutely love, and I'd love to hear your thoughts.
On this. Yeah, okay, all right.
So it's two real estate agents. One has been in real estate for 30 years. He's extremely successful. One of the best agents in Australia. And he's got someone who works under him, but in his team.
Obviously.
And they work together. And he takes a lot of clients out for lunch. So from what I get the idea of, he takes a lot of clients out for lunch and he builds those relationships and, just building that network. He has a rule. And when he told the other agent this rule, the agent was like, that is absurd. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Every time he takes someone out for lunch, every single time, he waits for them to order whatever they're going to order, spaghetti bolognese, a parma, anything. And no matter what, he will always order what they ordered.
Really?
And his reasoning is because it makes them more comfortable.
Okay.
I think that's absurd.
I personally wouldn't do that because there's just stuff that I don't like. You're my best mate through thick and thin.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm sorry, but there is no way if we went somewhere and you're like, oh man, it's got fucking onion in it, I'd be like,
you hate onion.
You'd be like, I'm not getting that. I'm not even going to put myself through that. I don't care how good it tastes. I'm not getting it.
Yeah, you hate onion with a passion.
Or it could be like, I don't know, like some sort of, I'm not massive into fish.
Yeah.
So you might be like, oh man, and I'd be like, not a fucking chance.
Well, that's what I thought. I was like, if someone ordered, I don't know, a vegan burger, and I had this rule where it's like, I have to order the vegan burger to make them feel comfortable. That sounds ridiculous to me.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, there actually is some very nice. Just before, I don't want people to think that Luke's bashing on vegan, but there is some great.
I said one thing.
It's 2022. You got to be careful. I'll come to your defense.
Cancelling's massive.
Yeah, it is.
Cover for me.
Yeah, you have to. But you're spot on. Each to their own. I wouldn't be doing. I think the rule's going to be like, but his rule is he waits for them to say, "I'll pay for the lunch." And then he comes in.
Let's do that as a separate one.
And then he comes in and he's like, no, it's all right, it's good. But he wanted to like see whether that person was like willing to. Just to like see it's like, okay, like just because I'm the boss, yes, I've got money, then I just like, yeah, he'll cover me sort of thing, if that makes sense.
That's such a first date big question we could go on then.
We could. We definitely could. But
it's an
interesting one.
Yeah. And what were you going to say about the potty you mentioned before?
Oh, yes. Very important. Obviously, because it's predominantly Spotify. I'm not sure if this is on, I'm assuming it's probably on SoundCloud or it will be up on SoundCloud, whatever. Obviously, for those who are listening on audio platforms, depending on which ones, it's more so Spotify. We'll just stick to that for now. On Spotify, obviously, you can't comment or whatever, but you can rate it out of 5 stars. So, if you're enjoying it and you're loving the content,
loving the pod,
rate us out of 5, preferably 5-star out of 5. Or you can even hit us up on Twitter. I'm sure we can come up.
Instagram.
Instagram as well.
Yep.
Just say like love the pod or
a question.
Leave us a question, a topic. That'd be awesome as well. I'm just trying to think real quickly what we highlighted over in the podcast. Eggs.
Yeah.
Talk about eggs. Leave an egg comment or like just tweet at us like an egg. Like the emoji for like an egg.
Yeah.
Or hashtag egg or something like that. Just so it's like, all right, cool. Like, you're vibing with us. Obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you leave a like and a comment. Don't forget to subscribe.
Very good.
Just hopefully you're all enjoying the ride.
Very good, mate. All right.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Ciao.